Hey everybody, welcome back. The next project that we are going to do together is from redheart.com. We're going to be making these beautiful snowflake doilies, and it calls for a 3.5mm hook or an E. Also calls for Red Heart Luster Sheen. You can do it in any color you like. I will be actually using Red Heart Holiday in green because it has the metallic in it, and I will show you that here in the next clip. So I will be using a 4mm hook. I want mine just a tad bit bigger. The pattern number is LW3170, and these are great holiday gifts. If you want to make something small for someone, you don't have a whole lot of time and you want to throw a bunch of these together, they are beautiful decorations as well. So this is a great idea. You can multicolor them if you would like. You can make them in any yarn you prefer. So grab everything you need and we will start this next holiday project. This is the yarn that I chose to use for this project. I haven't done much with green so far this season, and I do like the metallic of the holiday Red Heart yarn, and you can get it in a couple different shades. I know the red and the green, and I think maybe the white, but I have the collection of the green. So, and I have such an overabundance of it that I wanted to use it for this project. And it is a little thicker than the luster sheen called for in the pattern, but that's fine too. I do want to make mine a little bit bigger. So this is the yarn that I will be using, and I did change my hook size to an H. So if you want yours the size in the pattern itself, you will need to use the yarn called for or similar in weight and a 3.5 hook. If you do change those, your doily will also change in size. So what we'll do is start off with a chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You want to then slip stitch into that first chain and make your ring. For round 1, we're going to do a chain 3. This is going to count as a double crochet. So you want to now do 2 double crochet into your ring. 1, 2. Then you're going to chain 2. Alright, now you want to do 3 double crochet in your ring and a chain 2 5 times. Okay, so 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Now chain 2. Let's do that again. So 3 doubles. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Okay, so that's 2. We're going to do 3 doubles. So that's 2 and 3. Chain up 2. Do that again in the ring. So that's 1, 2, 3, and chain up 2. So now you've got, counting the first set, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to do another one. So 3 doubles. Okay, now you've got to do a chain 2. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that you've got your 6 clusters, you now want to join with a slip stitch into that top of that chain 3. And you want to pull that tail a little bit, and once you've done that and closed up that center ring a little bit, you can get rid of that tail. And you should have a total of 6 clusters consisting of 3 double crochet, and then you'll have your chain 2s in between. 2, you want to chain up a 3. Alright, and then around this next post, which is going to be the second one or the middle one of our first cluster of 3 double crochet, you're going to work a front post double crochet. So yarn over, go around the back of that post, grab your yarn and pull up, and then work your double crochet as normal. Alright, and then in the next double crochet, which your stitch is going to be right here, which is going to be behind the actual post, you want to work a double crochet in the top of that. Okay, then you want to chain 1, and then you're going to go into that next chain 2 space and work a double crochet, then chain 1. And now we're going to start repeating. In this next double crochet of our second cluster, you're going to double crochet. In the second double crochet around the post, you'll work a front post double crochet, and then a double crochet into the top of the next double crochet. Chain 1 and a double crochet into that chain 2 space, followed by a chain 1. And then you're just going to keep repeating this around. So double into the next double, front post double crochet around the next post, and double in the next double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and chain 1. And work that around. Double crochet, front post double crochet, and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and chain 1. Okay, so we will do that again. So double crochet, front post double crochet, and double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in this chain 2 space, and chain 1. Now we'll work that the last time. So double crochet, front post double crochet, double crochet, double chain 1, double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and chain 1. And now what you're going to do is you will join into the top of that beginning chain 3. And that is going to be your round 2. 3, we're going to do a beginning cluster over the next 2 double crochet. So we're going to start off with a chain 2 here. You want to yarn over now and go into the next double crochet, grab your yarn, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, and hold those 2 loops. You want to work that one more time in the next double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook in the next double crochet and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, and you should have 3 left. So yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops, and you have made your beginning cluster. Now you want to do 2 chains, skip this next chain 1 space, and work a V-stitch into the next double crochet. So you skip this chain 1 and work into this next double crochet. So you want to work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. That's your V-stitch. Okay, chain up 2, skip this next chain 1 space, and then you'll work a cluster over the next 3 double crochet. So yarn over, go into the next double, pull your yarn up, yarn over, pull through 2, and work that over the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next double crochet and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that in that last double. Yarn over, insert your hook and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. You've got 4 loops on your hook. You only had 3 on the beginning one because of that beginning chain 2, so that's the reason that you only had the 3. So now yarn over, pull through all 4 of those loops, and now you're just going to repeat. You're going to chain up 2, skip that next chain 1 space, and work a V-stitch in the top of this next double crochet. So chain or double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then you want to chain up 2, skip this next chain 1 space, and then over the next 3 double crochet you will work your next cluster. So yarn over, go on the top of the next double crochet, pull your yarn up, pull through 2, and then you'll work that in the next 2 double crochet as well to make this a cluster. You've got 4 loops left. Yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 2. You want to skip this next chain 1 and work your V-stitch in this next double crochet. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, which makes your V-stitch. Then you want to chain 2, and then you're just going to keep working that procedure all the way around. Okay, so I will rejoin you at the end of this round and we'll start round 4. So now we're going to join our round 3 into the top of our beginning cluster here and complete that row. So now round 4, you want to do up a chain 1, and you're going to single crochet right into that same stitch. Okay, so now what we're going to do is chain up 1, you're going to skip the next chain 2 space, and then into this next chain 1 space here, which is going to be the chain 1 space made by our V-stitch, you're going to work 3 triple crochet, so yarn over twice and go into that chain 1 space, work a total of 3 triple crochet, so that was 1. This is 2, and this is 3. Then you want to do a chain 2, and then you will work another set of 3 triple crochet right into the same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. You want to chain 1, and you'll skip this next chain 2 space, and you will single crochet into the top of this next cluster. And then that's the part that you will start repeating. So now you're going to chain up 1, you will skip this next chain 2 space, and then you will go into that next V-stitch, which is right here, and you will start working your combination of 3 triple crochet. So here's 1, 2, and 3. Then you want to do your chain 2, and then you'll work another 3 triple crochet in the same space. So there's 2 and 3. Okay, now you're going to chain 1. You'll skip this next chain 2 space and single crochet in the top of the next cluster. Alright, so you are then going to notice you're going to have some peaks here, and you are going to start working that all the way around the doily. So I'll do that once more with you and then let you go on your own. So we will chain up 1 here, skip that next chain 2, and go right into that next V-stitch. You will do 3 triples. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, and then work another set of 3 triples in that same stitch. So that's 2, and that's 3. End that with a chain 1, skip the next chain 2, single crochet in the next cluster, and then you will just continue in the same manner all the way around. Alright, so go ahead and continue doing that, and I will meet you up at the end of this round. Round 4, you want to join up into that first single crochet with a slip stitch. Join up, and now you are going to actually fasten off here. So just yarn over, pull that through, and you can weave that in later if you like. And now we're going to start round 5. You will then add your yarn right back onto your hook, and if you choose to change color, you can do so at this point. So you want to add your yarn back to any chain 2 space. So I'm going to add up here at the top. I'm going to do that with a slip stitch. Now the first thing you want to do is chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is going to count as a triple crochet. So what you want to do now is to do 8 triple crochet into the same space, which means you're going to have a total of 9. Okay, so you're going to yarn over twice, and you will start working your triples. And you don't have to start counting them right away, as there's going to be so many. You can just work up a handful of them, as I generally will do like this, and once I think I'm close, then I'll stop, and then I'll get a good count of them, and I'm usually pretty close. So counting that chain 4, you want to make sure that you have a total of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 8. This will be 9. Okay. Now you want to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip the next 2 chain 1 spaces, which are going to be here and here. Okay. Then you're going to do 9 triple crochet into the top of this next petal. I'm calling it a petal. It's not actually a flower, but we'll classify it as like a petal here, or a point. So you'll go into that chain 2 space, yarn over twice, and you will then start working your 9 triple crochet into this point. So that's basically what this round is you are working from point to point with triple crochets. Okay, with a chain 4 in between that will be connecting those. Let's do one more here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more is 9. Okay, that's your second one. Now you want to do another chain 4. And then you will go to this next chain 2 space and you will work 9 more triples. So you want to do that all the way around, and then we will join up and we will start working round 6. So I will meet you guys back around. Just work your 9 triples into each point or chain 2 space. Once you've gone all the way around for round 5, you've chained up that last chain 4. You want to join into the top of that beginning chain 4. Alright, so this is what you're going to have at the end of round 4. I'm sorry, at the end of round 5. Now round 6, you want to work a beginning cluster over the next 2 triple crochets. So you want to actually chain up 2, and now you're going to work a cluster over the next 2 triple crochets. So you want to yarn over and go into that next stitch, pull up, pull through 2, and go through the next stitch and do the same, pull through 2. So you should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those, and we have done this on a previous row, so this is not anything out of the normal. We did do this on a previous row with this already, so this is just repeating itself. So now what you want to do is do a chain 3, and you're going to do a cluster over the next 3 triple crochet. So yarn over, go into the next triple and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, go into the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, and you should have your 4 loops on your hook at this point. Yarn over, pull through all 4 of those loops, and you want to do that once more. Let's do a chain 3 in between. 1, 2, and 3. And now you want to do that over these next 3 stitches. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and the last stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have those 4 stitches, 4 loops left, yarn over, pull through all 4. Okay? So that's what you want that to look like on each one of these peaks. Alright, so once you do that, then you want to do a chain 4, and then you're going to double crochet into the chain 4 space. So just do 1 double crochet and then another chain 4. Okay, and then you're going to do your cluster over the next 3 stitches here. So let's work that first cluster. That's 1, there's 2, and then there's 3. Then yarn over and pull through all of those. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to chain up 3, and then you're going to work your next cluster. So here's 1, 2, and 3. So you've got 4 here. So now you're going to yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 3, and now you're going to work your last cluster. So 1, 2, 3. Now you'll pull through all 4 loops. Okay, now you want to do that chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now in that double, or that chain 4, you want to double crochet and then chain 4. Alright, and you're just going to repeat this around. And this is what it's going to look like at this point. Okay, so you see you have your 3 clusters, your 2 chain 4s there, and then you have your 2 chain 4s here in the center plus the double crochet. Alright, so that's what you want to get from this round. So work that around and I'll meet you up at the end. Quick correction, these are not chain 4s, these are chain 3s. I happened to catch myself whenever I was talking on the last clip. These are chain 3s, these are chain 4s. Alright, so now for the end of round 6, you will finish up with that last chain 4, but we will not be joining here on this beginning cluster. We will not actually be joining like normal. You will be going into this second cluster, which is your middle one of the 3, and we will be working 9 triple crochet directly into this second cluster. So go ahead and yarn over twice, go into the top of that second cluster, immediately making your first triple crochet. Okay, now you want to do 9 of these, and that is going to be our join. Okay, so again, you don't have to count these right off. You can do a handful of them, and then when you think you're getting close, you can start to count. And that's just a technique that I do. I do it both ways. It's up to you. To each his own. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. There's 9. Alright, so once we have our 9 triples here, you're going to slip stitch into the next cluster. So let's slip stitch here. Okay, and now what we're going to do, let me get that into the right place here. So now what we're going to do now is you're going to do 4 single crochet into the next chain 4 loop. So right here you just want to do 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you want to single crochet in the next double crochet, and then 4 singles into this next chain 4 space here. Okay, now you're going to slip into the next cluster. So just slip into that. And now what you want to do is go right back and repeat what we were doing with our 9 triples. So you want to go directly into the top of this second one. So yarn over twice and just start working those 9 triple crochet again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so once you have those 9, you want to slip stitch into the top of the next cluster, Okay, do 4 singles into this next chain 4 space, single in the top of the double crochet, 4 singles in the next space, and then you will just start repeating this pattern all the way across. Okay, so you will slip into the top of this next cluster here, and then you'll start working your 9 triples. Alright, so you will just continue that all the way around. I will meet you at the end of this round, and we will work our round 8, which is our final round together, and I will be right back to join you. We have now completed round 7. Now we've done our last 4 single crochet into this last chain 4 space. So we're not joining here. We are going to start with a slip stitch into this first triple crochet of the beginning of this next round. So we're going to work 3 slip stitches in a row into the tops of these next 3 triple crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. You're going to skip that next triple, and we're going to work into this next triple. You're going to do 2 double crochet, okay, then you're going to do chain 5. Now out of that chain 5, you now want to come back down and slip stitch into that 4th chain. Okay, then chain 1, and now go back down to the top of that triple, and in that same stitch put 2 double crochet into the same stitch. Now all of that configuration needs to go into that same stitch. And now you're going to do the same thing on this side as we did on this side. You're going to skip that next triple, and you're going to slip stitch into the next 3. So that was 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now in this next stitch right in the corner here, that is a slip stitch. You're going to skip that. Now you're going to slip stitch 5 in a row in the next 5 stitches basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now chain up 3, and then you're going to come back down into that same stitch, and you're going to slip stitch. Alright, now you want to slip stitch into the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so now you're going to start repeating that again. You're going to skip this next slip stitch here, and then you're going to start working up this next, I guess I'm going to just label it as a petal again, as I know it's not a flower, but that's just how I'm going to label it. So you want to slip stitch in the next 3, so 1, 2, 3. You're going to skip the next one, and in the top of the next triple you want to make 2 double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come down into that 4th chain for a slip stitch and a chain 1. Okay, and then what you want to do is do 2 more double crochet back into that same triple. Okay, now working like we did on this side, you want to work down this side as well. Skip that next triple, slip stitch in the next 3 triples. Okay, so we're just repeating what we've already done. Now you're going to skip this next stitch, which is a slip stitch, and slip in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to chain 3. Go back into that same place where you single crocheted, work a slip stitch. Now you're going to slip into the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? So this is what you're going to look like from point A to point B. Okay? So it's going to be a little point, and then you're going to have a little point. Basically, these are picot stitches. So I'm going to do this with you one more time. So you're going to skip this next slip stitch, and then you're going to work 3 slip stitches in a row in these next 3 triples. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Skip the next triple, and in the top of the next triple you want to work your 2 doubles. So 1, 2. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down into the 4th stitch and do a slip stitch, chain 1. Now back into the triple crochet. You want to make 2 more double crochets. Now we're going to skip the next triple, and then you're going to slip stitch into the next 3. Okay, now you're going to skip this next slip stitch. Don't overlook that. If you can't see it, stretch it. You will see it right in the very corner. So you want to then skip that and slip stitch 5 in a row. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, chain 3 here. Go back into the bottom of that chain 3 for a slip stitch. Now slip stitch into the next 4. Okay, and now you're going to do it again. You're going to start, make sure you skip this slip stitch though, and then start working your 3 slip stitches up this next peak. Okay, so work that around, and I will join you for the last one. We'll work that together and we'll finish this off. At the top here of this last peak, I've already slip stitched up my 3 first double crochet. So I'm going to skip the next, triple crochet. I'm going to skip the next triple crochet here, and I'm going to, let me make sure I skipped that corner one. So I'm going to slip stitch into 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to skip that next one and work my 2 double crochet into the top one. So 1, 2, and now I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch into the 4th one, chain 1, and 2 double crochet. Now I'll skip the next stitch, do my 3 slip stitches in a row. That finishes the last peak. So now I will do my 5 slip stitches here. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. My chain 3. Slip stitch back into that same stitch, and then slip stitch in my last 4. Okay, and then what you will do is join into that first slip stitch. Okay, and then you will just, of course, you'll fasten off, and then you'll weave in your ends. Now, You may have to end up blocking this pattern. It does curl up a bit on us, and that's fine. I do have a tutorial that gives you information about blocking, pinning and blocking. So I probably will do the same for mine. I will end up blocking this a little bit. I think I'm giving this one as a gift. So this is the actual finished project. And mine is bigger because, as I did state before, I did use a different yarn and a different size hook. So it says that it should measure about 8 inches. Mine from tip to tip is about 14. But you know, it's in diameter too, so it's going to be a little bit different of a measurement. So this is the Snowflake Doily by Red Heart. And again, hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and this was an intermediate project. And as I always state, I do not discourage anyone from trying a pattern or project or stitch, but I do like you to know the level that the project is, and to let you know that ahead of time, so you do know if you're at that level before trying to do the project. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. So until next time and next project, happy hooking and happy holidays. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video, guys. Thanks so much.